YouTube, I'm Mike. Today I've been laying here in bed reading comments from my YouTube channel, and somebody had mentioned that maybe I should start making. Oh, look at see, I can't control my camera. I should start making some like little shorter videos that like not every video I do needs to be like 45 minutes long or maybe even 25 minutes long, just ranting and going on and carrying on with a bunch of science data, and you guys are just trying to chill and run on the treadmill or get through a fucking bad part of your work day or whatever. And at first I was like, I don't know, like I'm not trying to do like dumbass fuckery content. And then I started thinking, I do have a lot of random thoughts, and you guys seem to be interested in these thoughts, and so maybe I could just like bang out a bunch of like little like little short like this is the kind of shit I think about videos and see if anybody finds it entertaining. Worst case scenario, I would just fucking shoot it from my phone, take 5-10 minutes, throw you guys some little fucking tidbits from my world and see if anybody has any interest. So I'm laying here next to my wife, we're reading comments, and I started thinking about that video I made last night about the LD50 rats. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I made a video, a trend rant video about toxicity, and I was explaining that there's a lethal dose of like any prescription drug. You can look it up. Like every prescription drug you're given, there's a lethal dose that will kill 50% of the people who ingest it. That's how they determine how safe it is. And so we were looking up Xanax last night because at one point my brother had threatened to kill himself on Xanax, and my doctor told him that it was basically impossible. It takes way too much. So we found out that the lethal dose of Xanax is 331 milligrams per kilogram. Of course, they tested this on rats because they don't kill human beings with drugs just to see how much it'll take. So I started laying here thinking about what it would be like to be this LD50 rat. You know what I mean? I don't know how many of you have ever taken Xanax, but Xanax comes in 2 milligram little bars. Like real Xanax comes in like a little rectangular blue bar, and it's 2 milligrams. And if you've never taken Xanax before, and you go to a party and you take a bar, drink a 6-pack of beer, you better fucking call an Uber because you're fucking not getting home. That shit's gonna fuck you up real good. Once you can develop a tolerance, like right now, if I take half a milligram a day. I've been taking it for a while. If I took 2 milligrams of Xanax, like I would be probably fully functional. I would be sedated. But mainly what it does is it just makes you not give a fuck. It's an anti-anxiety drug. So whenever you're like freaked the fuck out about worrying about some shit, you take a fucking Xanax and you just, within 20-30 minutes, you just stop giving a fuck about whatever it is that had you all worried. And the higher the dose, the more give a fuck, you lose. And so I'm laying here this morning and I'm thinking about these LD50 rats, these rats that were lucky enough, because I mean, if you got to get a drug tested on you, Xanax is the drug. Like, that's definitively the drug. Because the thing is that 331 milligrams they have to give this rat. Now I don't know how big this rat is. That's 331 milligrams, assuming the rat weighs 1 kilo. So if you got a 1 kilogram rat and you inject this little shit with 331 milligrams, which is some kind of a fucking hot shot, I would imagine. Like, I don't even know how you get all that in there. But somehow they did. This rat is going to be so fucking high, so fat. I mean, it's got to just be plastered to the bottom of the cage. You know what I mean? Like, whatever eventually kills it, which I'm guessing is like respiratory failure or something. I don't know what the final thing is, but like you have maxed its give a fuck meter completely out. This dude's probably just like just laying in the cage, could give a fuck less about absolutely nothing. Like even when death comes for the rat, it's gonna have no potential to even have a panic attack at that moment. Like, this has got to be maybe the greatest death on earth. I could just like think like I could just imagine the rat is like laying in the cage, and then like a cat comes over, it spots it and it comes over, and the rat's laying there, which normally would be a massive panic attack situation for the rat. And this rat's probably just laying there like, Damn, bro. Some sharp teeth you got. I've never seen on the inside of a cat's mouth. I stop. You're poking me with your whiskers, dude. Like, get your fucking face out of my face. I'm trying to be high right now. There's no way this rat has gonna have the capacity to care about anything. You know, you could throw it in the fucking lake and it would just probably be like fucking gurgling to the bottom. Not even, you know what I mean? Just imagine that. Enough Xanax that would kill you when, you know. So I'm curious in the comment section for anybody who has done Xanax. I've seen one guy who reported, I think he said he took 6 or 8 milligrams. I can't even fucking fathom this. I took 2 milligrams of Xanax one time when I was in my 20s, and I had drank like 4 or 5 beers, and I tried to drive home, and I was so fucked up driving. It was one of the first times ever where I thought like I need to pull over and call somebody to come get me because the road was all fucked up. So what I did is I leaned way back in my truck. I had a Ford Explorer at the time. I leaned way back to where I could only see one line, and then I just tried to keep my left hand, you know, up against the left, that one line, and then that pretty much made me convinced that I was staying in the lane. Because if I set up and I tried to get in between the two lines, they were so fucked up. I was just all over the fucking place, you know. And I was staying at my cousin's apartment temporarily for some reason. I don't remember why. I was running around. I was all over the place. And I pulled up to the apartment complex, and I just totally missed the fucking gate. Like, I just jumped the curb. There was this like little tree they had planted in front of like part of the gate in like the little whatever front area of the building. It was like a little tree. It was like that big around. And I hit that tree with my truck and just fucking snapped it right in half. Backed my truck up, managed to get through the gate and get parked. And then I went in and blacked out, and I had no memory of anything. And I woke up the next morning, and my cousin was like, "Is your car okay?" I'm like, "What? Is my car okay?" She's like, "Yeah, you ran over a tree last night." Suddenly I start panicking, like, what the fuck are you talking about? I had zero memory of how I got home, anything that I did. And we went to the apartment gate, and sure enough, there's this like little sapling fucking tree that's just blasted into into splinters in front of the apartment gate. She was like, "Yeah, you said that you jumped the curb and you hit that tree last night." And I'm like, "Fuck, bro, I had no memory of this." So anyway, that's what I'm doing this morning. I am drinking a Monster. I'm getting some calories in, and I'm laying here thinking about how badass it would be. Like if I had to be the drug test monkey for any drug, I definitely think I would want to be the lethal dose 50, you know, participant in like a benzo fucking study. You know what I mean? Because like a lot of drugs you might think you would want to get tested on. You know, like I love speed, but dude, at a certain point that shit's gonna get real uncomfortable. This is probably not gonna be a good death. But if you get to test the lethal dose of Xanax and get put into a perpetual zero give a fuck state, it seems like the way to go out. Unfortunately, it's not for us because, as I discovered last night, it would take me eating 33,000 milligrams. Do you have your phone in your hand? I wonder how many. I wonder how many times 2 goes into 33,000. We got any math whizzes in the audience? 16,500 T-bars is how many you'd have to eat. First of all, the cost to even acquire this would be obscene. And then just counting them all out to verify their quantity would be tedious as fuck. And then even if you could shovel, like, I've had like 400 T-bars at a time, honestly. Even if you could shovel like all 400 of those into your mouth, you know, that's still a small percentage of the 16,000 that you have to get down. And they're very fast acting. So you're going to be passed the fuck out long before you could finish eating all of the all of the pills that you needed to eat. And that's why my shrink told me, like, you can't do it, dude. It's not gonna happen. You're gonna have to pick another drug. So anyway, there you have it. There's a little short test video of me being an idiot and recording it and putting it on YouTube just to see how it goes. If you guys like these and you want some little short 10-minute check-in, what's going on in Mike's crazy ass fucking brain videos during the day, then leave a comment below and I'll keep them fucking coming. As always, we'll see you on the next one.